So if you're like me, you probably tested a lot of phones in your life, like big, small, powerful, budget friendly, or even expensive ones. I've got through a lot of models during my life. I started way back when I was younger. I was like 14 and I had like an all-view A4U. It was a really bad phone, but during for that time it was great to start and feel the smartphone world. Before I had like a Samsung Star 3, I think it was the name, but it didn't had Android, so I don't think that it counts. That the first Android phone was an all-view, and then I continued with the P6 Live with an iPhone 6. I got an old broken Nokia, which I had until the finish of my high school, and then university came and I started to work, and these models came in. Every phone that I bought was second hand or third hand, or I don't know what number of hand. But the thing is that I saw a pattern. I wanted always something with more RAM, more storage, a bigger battery, a better screen, more power. And this is actually normal, right? Because we all want better tech, better phones, better computers, better cars. We want to upgrade everything from our life. And we have this mindset that we think we want something, we get the object, and then we have a huge happiness. And after we get the object that we want, we are really happy for like 5 minutes, an hour, or even a month if it was like something very expensive like a car or something. But after that it disappears. If we didn't want better upgrades, why would we even work, right? Sure, people say save for a house, travel, invest, and yeah, those are good advices. But while working towards those big goals, we constantly upgrade ourselves and our tech that we use, and a lot of upgrades that we do are very expensive, and we don't really need them. And there is nothing wrong with it, because this is how this world works now. It works until you start to realize that the upgrades that you are doing are taking something more from your life, are taking something very expensive from us. And I don't talk about money. I'm talking about something more precious rather than money, and it's not health, it's your time. So let's just talk numbers, because everyone loves numbers. The average person spends like 4.5 hours a day on their devices, on their device, talking about a phone, just the phone. And this is okay for these days. Like most people have like 6 or 7 hours, and you could say that 4 hours it's normal for these days. Maybe you are doing something productive on that phone. Maybe you are doing something that really improves your life, and this is awesome. If you do that, you can just close the video. But 4.5 hours doesn't really look that much in a day, because this is just normal and this is the way how it works. But if we talk days, it's actually a bit more than one day in a week. And if you want to get a bit little more further, it's like 6 or 7 days in a month. It already starts to sound scary a bit, but it's not yet. So in 1 year, the average person spends on their phone 68.5 days a year on their device. No sleep, no eat, nothing, no interruption. You just stay and look at that rectangle, and wow, it's so fun. But I'm talking about 4.5 hours a day for this average. If you stay, I don't know, for like 6 or 7 hours, I'm pretty sure it's like close to 80 days a year. Yeah, I don't want to break in years wasted in your life, because I don't know how much I will live to know how much I will waste on my phone, and I don't know how much you will live to know how much you will waste on your phone. But I know how much you will spend on your phone this year, and this is enough to just motivate you to do something about it. Yeah, for normally this will be bad, but it could be actually good if you are doing something productive, like I said before. If you're making money during this time, it's okay. If you want just to relax a bit, maybe for an hour, it's fine. But I'm talking about the people that take their phone and then go through TikTok and scroll mindlessly, and then they found an information that maybe it's a good information, or maybe it's something that will really help them in their life. That's okay. But a lot of people are tricked that they are staying on their social media, I don't know, TikTok or Reels, and then they are scrolling, find something interesting, and then they think that the return of investment of the time spent on the phone to find that information is okay, it's more than enough. And it's fine, but I think there are better ways to find more information. I'm not really talking about reading books, even if it's great for your mind, and it's not about the information when you read, but it's also about the chemicals that are producing in your brain. Because staying on TikTok, it's not just your time and your energy that you are giving on the minutes of scrolling, but it's also the chemicals that are forming on your brain. And reading also improves mental clarity, and it makes you a little bit down to earth. I think this is the experience that I've been through for this moment. And the worst part is that the apps are engineered purposely to make you lose track of time and being stuck on those apps. For example, let's talk about Instagram. It was cool at the beginning. You just add a picture and then you closed because you don't have what to do on that app. And they added stories. Stories are a great way to make you come back to the app, because you don't know if your friend posted something interesting on the story, or if someone, I don't know, maybe your crush, or I'm just making speculations, posted something on close friends, so you can engage with her or with him. This is just the way that they tricked us, basically. People that are smarter than me and are smarter than you engineer these apps to just make you come back on them and produce more money for the CEO and for its engineers, and I don't know, maybe for its subordinates. But every time you just open an app, you just add more value to the cash flow that the CEO has and its subordinates, its engineers. And the short form content, it's like the worst thing that can happen to your brain. I mean, you all know this stuff because crazy visuals and a lot of music and let me see what will happen in the next reel or the next TikTok, and maybe something cool will appear. You do that, I don't know, for 10 or 15 times consciously, and then you start to do it like a monkey. You are not present, you are not thinking to stop, because those reels or those TikToks gives you a high rush of dopamine at the beginning, and it slowly gives you less and less dopamine until you feel that burning effect that you don't even want to watch a video anymore, you don't want to listen to music, because your brain is burned out of that much information. We are not designed to just get so much information about so many topics in 5 minutes, or in the worst case an hour, or maybe 2. This is just, we don't work like that biologically. And I know this video, maybe it's a bit redundant because a lot of people know this already, but it's just the way that I see social media. It's a bit scary how much for example, let's talk about Instagram. They added Reels. Why? To make people come from TikTok to Instagram. They know that Instagram people had both Instagram and TikTok, but they wanted their users to give more money to the CEO, like I said before, to give more cash flow to the CEO. And how do they do that? With your time. So basically implement short form content and make people stay more on your app. Everything about modern devices is just made to remove friction, to make you stay more and more on your phone, on their apps. And this could be a reason why every time you upgrade something, for example your phone, you get from, I don't know, a 12 mini to a 16 Pro Max with 2 terabytes. I think that's cool, man. It's your problem what you do with your money and your time, but it depends on how do you use a technology, and how do you want to implement it in your life, and if you are using it or that technology is using you. I think this is very important. So, yeah.